Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Victor and I help people navigate their ascension process. Today I'm going to give you guys 3 different things you can do that'll help you move forward towards the direction of your goals and dreams and highest excitement and aspirations, even if you don't feel quite yet ready. This is something I noticed a lot when I was doing my coaching Skype sessions. I don't do that anymore for a few reasons. But anyway, I noticed a lot of these people, just in talking to them, I was getting pretty quickly an idea of what they really want to do. Their purpose was kind of clear to me. It's always easy to see other people's truths and issues and whatnot more than your own. So anyway, but it was very obvious. A lot of these people had these like things I knew they wanted to do, and they talk about it, and it blew me away. Some of the things, some of the ideas that people had, these goals and ideas that I know seem a little bit unconventional, which is why they're questioning it and they're trying to wait and they're not ready. There's things they have to do in their mind. But anyway, I kind of knew I wanted to do this for a long time, and it took me almost 8 years before I actually took the advice I'm going to give you now and started. And I believe if these 3 things are going to help you start doing what you really want to do, moving forward in any way, it doesn't have to be your purpose, a lot faster, a lot sooner, help you progress to your awakening way quicker and more smoothly than I did. I had to learn these things through trial and error. I'm just going to hook you up here. So number 1, take advantage of your ups, the periods in your life and journey where you feel on fire, when you're connected. You know, a lot of times these alignments and this and that, we're temporarily disconnected to learn a bunch of insights, and then we come back to that alignment. Take advantage of that alignment. When you're in alignment, you can get so much done, and it's so in alignment. So whatever you produce, meaning forward movement of any kind, working on your purpose, your thing, you know, start accumulating action and work done from that state of being of alignment, which I know you guys all fluctuate in and out of. Is how it goes. That's pretty simple, cut and dry. Do it. Take advantage. Don't be lazy during those times. Get shit done. And you'll see, even if you're in alignment very infrequently, you'll still accumulate a lot of really good stuff. It's a way you can start progressing now. Number 2 is don't expect to feel really solid in much of anything. Get used to living in complete uncertainty. We don't like that. I don't like that. I'm not saying I do, but I've learned that clarity and that really I'm going to do this, and I know this outcome is going to happen, and then this is going to lead to this, and this is going to be perfect, and I can depend on this. I can set it on my calendar. That doesn't happen, at least for me. So I had to really just get used to living in uncertainty, taking action from an imperfect state of being, and just doing my best. A lot of people are far more ready than they realize to do what they want to do. It's because they're sort of dancing between the old way of thinking that it seems normal, logical, and everyone else does, and their new way of intuitively flowing through life. They kind of dance back and forth. Sometimes the intuitive side takes over and yes, I'm going to do it. I know it's crazy, but then the reemergence of the ego comes back and says, oh, no, I don't know about that. You obviously haven't considered this, and this. And as I'm looking at it here on paper, this ain't going to work, Jack. This is just not, this would be risky. This is not going to, you don't do it. Yes, do it. No, you kind of go back and forth. Just go, man. Don't expect to always feel that confidence, that spirit-like fiery confidence. That comes here and there. We don't tend to learn as much while in that state of being. We learn a lot when we go back in, we go back deep. Okay, and a lot of you guys are doing a lot of that right now. But if you can just accept that you're going to be moving forward and not always have all the pieces laid out for you of the puzzle you're trying to create here, then it's easy because you don't have that expectation. Most people, day-to-day people, everyday people, they have that expectation. If they're gonna, like my dad, for example, he's really into TVs for whatever reason. He's like crazy about TVs. He's got one in every room. In fact, we always get on him because he lets our kids veg out like zombies in front of the TV. We're always like, come on, Dad, stop. But he's obsessed with TVs. And anytime he's going to buy one, he's also quite frugal. And anytime he's going to get a new TV, he researches it for probably months. He goes into Best Buy and whatever, and he talks to people, and he gets an idea. And finally, after all is said and done, he's pretty much could write a book and like a thesis, a dissertation about this particular TV model. Then he goes and he makes his purchase. But it takes him 3 months to buy a goddamn TV. That's the thing. We like speed. Our spirits came from higher realms, most of us, and we're used to incredible speed. Most of us are probably used to instant manifestation. So that process does not compute with you, and now you're waking up to that aspect of your consciousness and soul that was from there. It's kind of coming in here, and it's saying, no. We don't need to have all the piece together because we flow with the energy. The energy brings everything we need when we need it. And it's kind of nice. If you can just chill out that ego mind, things will go beautifully. Number 3 is redefine what a setback is, what a problem is, what an issue, a complication, a snag. So many of us have been taught to believe that those are to be avoided. Those are bad. Those are, we feel like we're failures if we want to do something. But how silly is that? How silly is it to have like a lofty goal, which I know most of you have. A lot of the purpose that you really want to do is lofty, and it seems kind of insane, and yet you feel in your gut that you want to do that in your heart. Does it really make a lot of sense to expect to go and fulfill that without running into unforeseen variables? Of course not. Every unforeseen variable that you encounter is negative feedback. Negative feedback bringing you more closely in alignment with that perfect bullseye. Okay? It's like if you give that's a bad example. I gave this example the other day, but it's like a newborn who's going for a pencil. They're doing this. But eventually, all this negative feedback will help them zero in like we can. We can just grab that pencil. That's what problems and issues and unforeseen variables are in your life. That's what they represent. They're helping you streamline your path. And as long as you can define it as that, to recognize that's what it actually is, then you don't have to get so bent out of shape and so emotional and so neurotic every time you run into a problem. And I'm talking to myself here. My parents were so coddling to me. In fact, the way I see them with my own kids, it drives me nuts. I see why I came out the way I was, so crazy and dysfunctional, became an addict, because they didn't allow me to experience that negative feedback. They thought, and in their own way, it was what they thought was best. They thought it was best to shelter me from any sort of complication, help me avoid any pain or suffering or challenges whatsoever. So I've always, when encountered with them, as inevitably you come into contact with when you become an adult and your parents can't save you, I just react so like, oh, the end of the world, every little thing. And I'm still dealing with that a little bit. But I've learned that, wow, all these problems, if I just keep going, they lead me to where I want to go. And every problem, I'm always able to now gain information, valuable information that makes that problem or setback or snag well worth it. And I can see the benefit. Otherwise, I would have kept drifting way off course. These issues keep you on course. So I think, guys, again, take advantage when you're feeling awesome and get as much done as you can in that time, and it'll feel good. That's not so much going to feel like an obligation. It's going to be like you're going to want to. So don't hold back. Don't think like, well, I've only been feeling good for a day. I don't want to get my hopes up again because it might go away. So what? It could last a day or a minute. Just go. Accept the fact that you're going through a freaking spiritual awakening, man. You're going to feel a lot of sorts. I have not felt consistently balanced this entire time. I've had periods of balance, periods of clarity, and I can tell I'm constantly moving upward vibrationally. My life is slowly getting better and better and better, and more clear. But within that upward progress, that upward slant, it's like this. Okay, accept it. And if you're different, if that's not how it's going for you, then good for you. Then you shouldn't even need to watch this video. Just go, man. And 3, again, Retrain your brain to not label every little issue, because you're going to have a lot of them. The awakening accelerates the amount of negative feedback and issues that come into your life, so you can quickly go forward. But if you can just simply relabel them as good things, as more accurate pointers to where you want to go, your final destination, then you won't, emotionally, you can go forth with such a more of an absence of stress and anxiety and worry and guilt and fear and concern. Okay? So I hope that helps you guys. Namaste.